Hey, what's up? I saw Deliverance, and it's like as if the effects guy from The Exorcist came into Lee Daniels and said, hey, I got graphics. And Lee Daniels said, I got actors. I'm saying though, the graphics, it was pretty good. It wasn't bootleg. It was not bootleg. But the white lady did not have to say, I can smell your nappy. That caught me for 1 second. I was like, wait, what? The acting was good. It was good. At first, I was about to turn it off because I was like, I did not like the way Ebony treated her kids. Like, I was so turned off in the beginning when she slapped the heck out of her son. I was like, and he's bleeding. I was like, really? Just because he said something about the milk? You know what? Let me get to the movie. So this family moves in this house, not a new house. They made it seem like she bought the house, but then when something happened, she was like, oh, get the landlord to pay for it. I guess it was like a conflict in it, but whatever. So I'm guessing they were renting. So they move into the house. She spends money fixing it up, but the house has like flies all around the house. And it's just like, and they cut a screen to the basement. And I'm like, did anybody check that mess before we moved in? Because if I move in a house, I'm checking everything in broad daylight while a realtor and everybody is there. Because I need to know what's going on. And we don't want no surprises. So eventually, for no good reason, it is a whole cat that's not alive in the basement, which is disgusting. I mean, so the guy comes to remove the cat and he's like, you got to pay me $60. And she's like, I don't got $60. He's like, I'm going to put this back in there. And I'm like, ew, really? You would do that? I mean, it's out already. Like, plus you got a whole boy there. He could take that cat back out. But her son paid for it. So we see a lot of issues in the house between the grandmother. She lives there because at first they're in church and I'm like, where does white lady come from? Because they don't make the relationship apparent at first. So they're sitting there and they're just start snapping at the dinner table. And I'm like, she's rude to this lady. And who is this lady? Later on, we find out that it is her very own mother. The daughter, which is the children's mother, Ebony. Apparently, Ebony has a problem drinking. So the kids is like, as long as you're not drinking, we good. And I guess in the beginning, she wasn't. Until one day, when she's stressed out, she decides, you know what? She picks that old thing back up. Meanwhile, her son, the little one, with the milk, he goes into the kitchen in the middle of the night. Ew, and I can't drink milk like that. Because somebody ruined my mind. These vegans, I be going back and forth for vegans, so I'm not even going front. One of them was like, it's cow pus, so I can't really drink milk after that. It's not the same for me. So I'm just watching him guzzle and guzzle and guzzle, and it's just like, ugh. But it was more like possessed, like it was so weird. So the kids are upset because they tired of being broke. The mother don't really have much money. And the husband is away at war. So the kids haven't seen their father in a long time. And they are pretty tight. But the father and the kids, they text every night, which is good. Let's talk about Omar Epps. Really, he couldn't like the mama or something. He got like the grandmother. They have Omar Epps kissing this old A woman. And I'm sitting up there like, really? Like, I know you're not on Raising Kanan no more, but damn. It's times hard, Omar. He took that role. But the acting, everybody was phenomenal. And I knew it was going to be good acting and everything when I saw Tasha in there. Tasha, she's like a director / Why Did I Get Married? She does a lot behind the scenes. And she also directs Raising Kanan. I'm just saying. Good to see her. She was the preacher in the movie. So somewhere in the movie, it's the mother's birthday and she's dancing and grinding and everything else. And I haven't heard that Little Kim song in forever. Dreams. Anyway, that was my song. So she is getting way too intoxicated, right? And she starts pissing people off. And they like, you need to stop drinking. At some point, she comes to and all her kids are huddled in a corner. And they're like, yo, she threw them against the wall. And she's like, but she blacked out. I mean, that's why they call it spirits. Now, but in a real situation, do y'all think it was the spirit or the mama? Because it's not like she didn't have that issue before, because she had like a whole open ACS case where she has been known to be abusive to her kids. So I'm just saying, like, the way they're framing it, they're like leaving it open to the point where you're like, okay, because in the real story and in the movie, they say it. They said that some people think that the mother was making their kids act like there was a situation going on in the house to cover up that she was beating her kids behind. But I could see if everybody's getting mad at her on her birthday and everything else, and the kids say she just blacked out and stuff happened. I don't know about the spirit. Now, I do know for a fact. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all knew, but the Catholic Church in real life, for real, they do perform exorcist. So like this whole spirit thing is very real. That's why sometimes I don't watch scary movies, because I don't like to open up that into my house. But I'm just saying, because I know people and they was like, I'm spiritual, but whatever. So in the process of getting certified, because like if you do like cards or whatever, they're like, you could get certified, but you have to go through the church, and it's upstate New York. They send you away and you become an ordained minister, and you're able to perform certain things. And that is where they train for exorcisms and stuff. I was like, oh shoot, they really do that. I'm just saying, that's food for thought. So if you believe in one, you got to believe in the other. But check this out. So right after she blacks out and stuff, the kids start wilding out in school. So you know what happens then? They all get evaluated. Like, the little boy threw shit at the teacher, and they said he was eating it. I'm like, now I want to know if that really happened, because the girl, she was, menstruation was coming down. So I was like, well, for her to just like let that happen normally, I didn't think she needed to be checked out because that happened. I figured the little girl had her stuff going on. And the boy, he was just very disruptive. And I'm like, what is going on? It kept my attention. It definitely kept my... Now, you got Monique there. I liked it. She played a nice social worker. She was really good. She is a phenomenal actress. Like, I am so glad that they brought Monique back in. And she ripped it. She ripped it because I believed her in being a social worker, being loving, caring, concerned, and all of that stuff. Now, what I did not get is the fact that she came to check on those kids after all these crazy accusations going on. She never asked to talk to the kids alone. She said, can I talk to the mom alone? Where do they ever do that? And it seems like she really wants to help Ebony, and her hands are kind of tied, but it's like... So she's like, let me go check on the kid. If she comes to the house, I'm like, the mother comes down with a bat, like, no, you can't see these kids. And I'm like, I figured maybe she'll be back in 5 minutes with the cops. She really literally never came back. So I'm like, if something was going on with the kids and y'all just leave without seeing the kids visually, like, hi, how are you? Can I see you? So I didn't get that. Now, if anybody else knows in like the small states and towns, if they do that, but I know they don't do that in New York City. So everything is getting worse and out of hand. And at some point, the mother is unalived. And Ebony looks at her son, the little son that's like 12. And she's like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know. So baby, that opened up another can of worms. So finally, a lady pulls her aside and was like, I used to live at this house, and my kids and family was taken by the same situation. So she's like, let me help. So she tries to perform an exorcist because the ordained minister wouldn't do one. She was like, we never heard of it. We don't do that. So this lady, who is not a minister, decides she's going to do it. At some point, she gets taken out, and the child turns into Ebony's mother that passed away. She's white. Why? She said, I can smell your nappy cat. I was like, that's rude. I was like, that is so rude. Why it gotta be nappy? But it was hilarious. It was so disrespectful. it was funny. The advice that was given to Ebony earlier on was that she cannot be fearful and she has to stand up and fight for her kids and show love. And she did all of that, and she started talking in tongues, which, when I was young back in the day, I was like, when you go to church and they start doing all of that, you're like, so where did it go? Because it's like a language and everybody understands everybody, even though it's not English. And so I'm just saying, this is why I don't really watch scary movies, because I do believe in all of that mess, especially when people be getting the Holy Ghost in church. Something is definitely going on, and they don't be remembering stuff. So anyway, she starts speaking in tongue and it lets her go. She starts off with a fresh start. She has to try to get her kids back. And see, that is the thing. Y'all got to tell me down below. Now, do y'all think that a mother might have made it all up? Or do y'all think that this really happened in this house? Because ACS did take all her damn kids away. And it was reports of abuse and stuff going on. And for some reason, a lot of people thought that the mother was making them act like they were possessed and stuff like that. So you guys let me know. I'm curious. Because honestly, it could go either way. It sounds suspect though when you really listen to it and the details and stuff like that, especially when you black out on your birthday and then ACS come the next day. I'm just saying, and you don't remember what happened and all the kids is pointing to you, whatever. Anyway, I'm AminaSeenIt. Like, comment, and subscribe to your girl and hang out with me because I want to know.